Rich with Breathingwiththemarkets.com. I am here with Martin from UK. Today is August 29th, 2025. Been communicating with Martin back and forth and along with all the other mentees that are available. Martin's been killing it lately. And yesterday we came into contact. It was towards the end of the day, the end of the market, getting ready to close. And it just so happened that I was on a chart and Martin was on a chart. And if you want to explain what happened yesterday, Martin, go ahead and explain to the community.
I needed just one more solid trade to pass a take profit trader assessment account.
How much?
And, how much did I need?
Yes.
I think it was about $201.
Okay.
But the temptation to rush that, you know yourself, sometimes if you do that and not wait for the setup, there is a lower probability. And I have done that a few times where I've got close and then rushed that final trade, made a non-rich trade, a silly mistake, a human error, and then lost a hell of a lot more than what I was trying to make to pass. So it was quite nice because the setup came in, everything that you teach, I saw it, you saw it, and it was quite a nice moment because we both know what was going to happen as it happened, but you were talking to me as it was happening and telling me to wait for this and do this, which I already knew, but it's nice having your mentor there with you in the process. And then, as you know, it worked out and I passed the assessment. So yeah, it was a nice little moment because although that, you know, from my past, you got to watch other traders trade. If they were right, then it was just a luck. But with you, it's the same outcome every single time. So yeah, so I passed that. Little problem, as I said to you earlier, with a POA agreement. I'm not really sure what that means, but I've signed it and I can't trade till Monday. But yeah, it is what it is. I took a couple of trades on pay-per-view just to get my fix, and I got 2 out of 2. So yeah, that's it really. So I suppose one of the things that I've realised in the last few months, I've been very busy with van and work and stuff, but the patience that is required to sit on your hands when trading, and for whatever reason I try to justify why there's a point to get in, I've realised that if I take a trade that is against the system, I lose. If I take a trade that is too early, I normally lose. If I take a trade that is too late, I normally lose. So what's happened to me in the past few weeks, I suppose, is I am being funneled down this tunnel of don't do that, only do that, only do that. And now sometimes it's painfully slow sitting here, as you know, waiting and waiting and waiting. The market will spike in one direction and you kind of go, ooh, and then immediately reverse. It's just a fake out or it's just manipulation. But having the patience to sit there and wait for a setup that you teach is the only reason I've passed the assessment. Every other trade I've taken on that assessment, I've lost. So it kind of goes, take the correct trade, make a shit ton of profit, excuse my language, and then do something stupid. I do something stupid, and then I lose a little bit. Then I think, what I used to do was get angry and then just go silly. But now I'm like, right, hold on, let's just regroup and think, why did I take that trade? And then I'll look at all the objectives, and 4 out of the 5 won't have aligned. I'm gambling. Stupidness. So, as I say, in the last 3 weeks, what's happened is this almost tunnel vision effect of if it's not in the system, then I'm not allowed to take the trade. Correct. And just by doing that, it's allowing me to pass assessments. Regardless of whether I'm using 1 micro, 10 micros, 500 micros if it was available, that's irrelevant to passing, because somebody can pass, theoretically on day 1, within 2 days, and then just do 1 micro for a minute on all the other 3 days. But in order to do the same thing each day and get a rough average of the same dollar amount each day, that tells me that the consistency is building. And when the consistency is building and the direction of the knowledge is going the right way, and I only do what you teach, then there is no losing trades. And that's, as I've said before in other videos, that's powerful. If you just stick to the system, it's never been proven wrong, because that is the market. What proves myself wrong is my own inability to stick to it. That is the issue with me, I suppose, and the trading that I'm trying to and have successfully overcome. Will I completely eliminate all of it? I hope so. But this is what happens when you spend 2 years following a guru who gambles, who just takes trades for the sake of it on a hunch. You then believe you have this influence on the market to win because of a feeling and something that you think is going to happen. And that doesn't work. It does not work. It has to be objective. And the only reason you're successful at this is because you trade objectively. You can make money gambling. No one said you can't. But how long can you make money gambling for? It might be 2 days, 3 days. You might have a massive win, but you will blow that account. You will. So, as I say, the last few weeks has been really honing in on, okay, this is like looking like I might place a buy or place a sell. Is everything else aligned that you teach? No. Cool. All right. Well, I'll wait then. And if I do that, I don't lose, which is quite funny, really. So yeah. So anyway,
no one will believe you, all right? No one will believe.
No, no.
Because I heard something. I heard something on this. Actually, it was like Top Step TV. It just came out or something like that, and they had a trader on there and said, "What was it say? Trading is not about being right. Stop when you're wrong." What the fuck is that? But no, listen. Trading is not about being right. The idea is to stop when you're wrong. And they're posting the shit out of that. Let me ask you something. If you ever told that to me, what the hell do you think I'd tell you?
I can categorically tell you, if you keep cutting your losses short, you will just eat away at that account if you don't know what you're doing. I've done it many times.
Okay, so my point is, do I teach you it's okay to lose? No.
I don't want to lose.
No.
I don't want to lose.
Do I say, well, we're going to win some, we're going to lose some?
No, that's never been what
am I like focused? If you like yesterday, you showed me something early on in the day, and I saw something on your chart, and you don't have to say what it was, but I said, what the hell is that? What the fuck is that? And what did you say?
Yeah, for anyone watching, I added something I shouldn't have had, just to see what it would look like, and then I sent Rich a screenshot, and he is like, oh, he picked it up. He was like, what's that? I was like, shit, it's been cool. I was just looking at something, but I did remove it afterwards.
So I had some stern messages for you.
Get rid of it. Yeah, get rid of it. It's no help.
I had some stern messages for you, didn't I? Right?
You did.
And respectfully, because I enjoy each and every one of the traders that comes to breathingwiththemarkets.com. I am here to help you become successful at trading.
Yeah.
I don't want anything in the way of that. I don't need opinions. I don't need anything. I am dead focused on all the traders. All the traders. And you know that. So, someone may not like what I say, but they need to listen to the words and not feelings, right? Because what is the objective? The objective is to trade objectively and to be successful at it. And if we go off and veer off, because we as traders will. I put shit on the fucking charts before. It's human. Everything that every other trader has done, we've all done. But you paid me to mentor you, right? And and I told you yesterday, and all the traders listen out there, it's not what you do in front of people. It's what you do when no one's listening or no one's looking. That's the most powerful thing. So anyone can behave properly and do the right thing and practice the right thing when it's in front of people, right? That's the easy thing. It's what we do when no one's looking. And we're the only one in the room focusing on the chart. That's how you build consistency. That's how you build success. Are you able to follow a system in a methodical approach and look for objective evidence in the market by yourself, only you in the chart, without any other temptations of just seeing if something works? Because if something just works by accident, you have taken 5 steps back. Okay? So let me show you something else here. And actually, before we do that, Martin, yesterday during the communication that we had, end of day communication, and you needed about $200 and something. How transparent am I as a trading coach, as a mentor? How detailed am I in the charts to notify of what's going to happen next? Can I get your opinion?
No, because you tell me to. So you're, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes ahead of the game. You know what's coming in the next few candles and when to wait, when to enter, what to look for, and only if everything objectively lines, that's when you hit it, and then there's no hesitation. But you have it down to a fine art. I can't go into detail, obviously, but the fact that you can tell me that prior to it happening means you must have seen it possibly hundreds of thousands of times, over and over and over and over again, to know that this is going to happen, then that's going to happen, and then you wait. And as long as this bit happens, and you go for it. And only then do you go for it. If none of those steps happen, nothing else aligns with everything else, nothing else is in the system, then walk away, because it's not going to work out. And I would rather take, I mean, the screenshot the other day, I took quite a few trades that day, maybe 30, 40 trades, and I was scalping, getting in, getting out, getting in. I was just building the account up. But there's, as you know, there's different types of trades within the trades. There's, it's hard to explain it without it, but there's,
I can see it.
There's the trades that we take, and then I suppose you would say a continuation of that trade. But we don't know how far the market's going to go. We don't know where the high is before it turns. But there are little gems on the way up. There are little gems within the system that, providing everything still aligns, there is more to take out of the market. Hence why I was scalping all the way up. But what I am now focusing on as such is the main moves, exactly what we had when we spoke the other night. They are my favourite types, so to speak.
It was a long position, and we've talked about that. I know you like long positions, but you really want to bank it. But like I said, so when you talked about a long or a high or a low, no, I didn't tell you that we look up and to the left and then fake that we know why price turned, because price goes up and down.
No. What I mean is no one knows how far the market's going to run. Yeah, no one knows how far the market's going to run.
I have taught you where the confirmation point of the weakest hand in the market is where the market is going to turn. So that is like picking a high or a low, in a sense that now you're safe. Now you find objective evidence. Now you're setting up, and your mind's in the game. Your mind's not in the crowd as the market's doing a bunch of crap. We know when to start honing in from the outside in, and we start to hone in. And another point that I want to make is, if something doesn't work out within that candle or what we're watching, I have objectively shown you what needs to happen after that information. So we are actually, our risk starts when?
Well before the trade. The only reason you should lose a trade using that objective system is leverage. If I went in max contracts and I had, in fact, I did have it the other day, I was early. Again, my mistake, I was early, long, and I had this really shitty pin bar candle down and left a massive wick that was, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 times the size of the previous candle. And my P&L went, whoop, and I thought, uh-oh. And I went, hang on a second. No. And it went straight up. It was just a scare manipulation candle. But if I was in 20, 30 micros, I probably would have lost my account then. So it's, for me anyway, at my stage, it's about being sized appropriately to, it's not so, if I'm early, then I can endure that. But then I shouldn't be early. So that's what I'm trying to knock out.
You show me stuff that's early, I just tell you this is not okay. And I'm glad you talked about early. And also, I don't teach you pin bar candles either. So throw that. I know,
not pin bar candle, but you know what I mean.
We just throw that book away, right? Because everyone says, "Oh, well, look for a pin bar candle."
Well, you can take a pin bar, okay? Well, that wasn't an entry; it was manipulation down. All I meant was,
I know
it came against me with some force, but I had no intention of going down.
I just want the viewers to know that. I want the viewers to know that we don't use. You named a pin bar candle. I don't want them to assume that you look for that. Does that make sense? Because I want to make sure that the video is clean and that some other trader doesn't go off and think that pin bar candles matter, which I'm here to tell you they don't. Okay, so let me show you a chart from another trader here. Let me know if you can see that chart.
Yeah.
Okay, if I look all the way down here to my left, you see this blue arrow. Can you see that down to the left? Yeah. And then can you see these two arrows on the right coming down?
Yeah.
The red?
Yeah.
Okay. So he took this is Jeff from from Canada. He's been on here before. So he took an entry here. Do I teach that?
No. There's no objectiveness to getting in along there. I would say that looks to me like FOMO.
Okay.
It looks like it's going to push up and get in because we're going to lose this.
Yeah, so that's the exact mindset, okay? So, traders, if you can see this on the screen, I'm going to make it bigger for you. If you can see that on the screen over here to my left, that blue candle, hundreds of thousands of traders are trying to catch that. And that's not way to trade. That is what we call subjective, right? That's an opinion. There's no objectivity about this trade whatsoever. So he got out for whatever reason, and he can explain, but he cannot explain to me or the other mentees why, or any justification as to why he got in that trade. And I'm not picking on Jeff, but I am showing you.
No, we've all done it. It's just FOMO.
Correct.
Yeah,
so the next trade we can see down here, it's the next one down here. You see the arrow down here to the left in the blue?
Yeah.
Okay, where my hand, can you see my hand on there or no?
Yeah, I can, yeah.
Okay, right where the hand is. So without saying how many objective things are in the market, could you see numerous reasons why Jeff took that trade long?
I can. Yes, I can see at least a few of the reasons that you teach why he's got in. And those that are going to study that, trying to figure it out, you will not get it, I promise you. But it's there, yeah. So the first one is FOMO. It's an opinion. I've done it. I'm sure you've done it at some point. Everyone does that. They're the ones, and it's Jeff, if you're listening to this, they're the ones that I often fall short with, and I have to cut them out because that is just an opinion. The market is going up, and you think, oh, I'll jump on before I miss out. And that is because what happens
gambling,
is,
right?
Yeah, you wait for the confirmation of more green candles, and you think, oh, one more green candle, and I'm going to get long. And then you get long, and then it immediately reverses on you, and you think, fucking hell, drives you mad. So that's an opinion. That one, he'll learn from that. I hope he didn't lose too much. It doesn't look like it moved that much against him.
Well, no, look at this trade, though. See my hand there? It looked like he got the whole pie, didn't he?
He has the entire bakery from today. Fair play to him.
So look at that.
So is that gold? Yeah, it's gold.
Yeah, gold. He slaughtered that. He slaughtered that, man. So anyway, so this is a chart that we look at. So I can see this chart. I don't have to have anything on the chart. I can look at any trade in the chart and understand and know where you're at in the market if you should have taken that trade in the market.
I can see, I can see the entire reasons, everything there. Now I could find all of the objective reasons for why he entered, and likewise for the first one, nothing objective in it other than green candles and an opinion. We all do it. It's human. But no, you don't. There's nothing. I can't take a trade that doesn't fit what you teach and then say, yeah, but it could have worked, because it didn't. And if I take a trade that isn't in the system and it works, then that's just pure luck, and that's what I don't want. The luck. I don't want the gambling, and that's what I'm trying to knock out. As I said earlier, I wish that I never met anyone else through trading before you, because it's filled my head with a load of nonsense that I have to battle and fight with on a daily basis to remove from my thoughts. So it's just the objective system and human error. It's the human error that stops me. It's the opinion. I think this is going to go up. I think this is going to go down. Oh, look, it's a big candle in my favor. I'll jump in. The amount of times you get, I don't know, a large bullish candle or a large bearish candle, and for whatever reason, the idiot inside of you somehow seems to go, I'm going to take that. And you enter, and it immediately reverses on you. And then you think, what an idiot. And then you have to close it. Those are the ones that eat your P&L. They're the ones that cause chaos with your trading. If you remove those entirely, your system is robotic. It doesn't lie. It's never been wrong. It doesn't fake in a sense that it will do something against the system and be correct. It either fits or it doesn't. That's it. It's an objective, robotic approach that if you as a human can adapt that and follow it to the T, then it's got an uncannily weird way of never losing. The problem comes in, like that chart earlier, when an opinion of the market enters your head, and then that opinion forces you, for whatever reason, to think, I think now's a good time to buy. And you will be proven wrong time and time again. But you see, they're important to me, and Jeff will learn from that, because had he not got that absolute blinder up, he would have sat there and thought about that. And those, I don't really learn anything from winning trades, because they're all the same, whether they're up or down. If they've won, that's because they're in the system. I learn from the losing trades because I've done something wrong. That's why I've lost. I've had an opinion. I've got in too early. I've got in way too late. I've not followed the plan. I've not objectively looked at what I'm doing. I'm gambling. I'm guessing. It's a hunch, intuition. All of that, I lose. So if you knock that out and don't do it, like today, I can't trade anything, so I'm on a paper account because I just wanted to get my fix. I took two shorts. I think within the first hour of New York Open, all objective. I don't need to tell you where. You can zoom in and look, and you'll find it in the dump down. Why I took two shorts, where I got in, where I probably got back out, and where I got in again, and where I got out. That was it. That's it. That's all you need to do. Follow the system. Wait for it, and that's it. So I mean, I took them at 10 micros, so one mini. Both hit my profit, and I think it was $800 within 20 minutes or something. But that's pretty normal. Not the dollar amount, that's pretty normal. When I take the objective trades, they hit and they win and there's no problems. What then normally comes after that, as I said earlier, that the part that I think, well, most humans suffer from is from themselves. It's you versus the computer, and only really you is you responsible for what you do. And some days, I used to find that if I didn't touch the mouse, I'd have had more money. I went through in the last few months, some I suppose, really deep thoughts of what the fuck am I doing? I've got the system here and I'm not following it. So I had to pull myself together, and you know this.
Those conversations, right?
You have, and I'm like a drunk person on a train track. I'm going left, then I'm going right, and then I'm stopping and going backwards. And you're like the fatherly figure that drags me back on and goes, "What are you doing over there? Why are you doing that? Come back here." And then I go off this way, and you're going back. I'm without doubt like a naughty child that doesn't stick to my rules. But when I do stick to them, good stuff happens, and I pass assessments. So, yeah, that was all I wanted to say. It's. I know I've been on here before and said it before. But I really feel, and I think even you've noticed, I feel like it's really coming together now. It's just taking me longer than others.
No. Let's back up. Let's back up. It's not taking you longer than others, okay? Everyone learns at a different rate of speed, availability to the charts, working conditions, because trading should not be your primary income, especially when you're learning how to trade.
Yeah.
So life, there's a lot of things going on. People say, "Oh, where's so-and-so?" They have all different things in life going on. It's not like everyone's in a community or on Discord. We don't go out and socialize, right? And you understand why I don't have a Discord, because a Discord is toxic, right? If we start to have someone give their opinions on what works or what's being tested, and we're not here to test something. We're here to gain a skill, and a skill for life. So if we stay focused on the skill, it's just like if you used one micro all the time, 100% of the time, you would have a baseline. So it's the same way with trading and a skill. If you did everything the same way all the time, then you would have your own data on what works, and then it becomes repeatable without thinking. And it's just repeatable. It just goes in a cycle. And all you're doing is looking at the candles. You may have, like when we woke up this morning, yeah, I was short too. You saw my chart. Today I showed you a chart. I did the shitload south, I also did TPT, but I'm going to stop doing, here's a TPT chart. I didn't show anyone yet or nothing, but, look, this is this week, right? So these last 2 days. So 6,000 in 2 days, and then another 6, 12, 13,000 this week. What do you do, right? And it's like, okay. So someone say, well, that's a demo, or well, that's a test, or well, that's a. You understand it's a skill, right? Because if it's only a demo, and here's the thing: when I took that paper account to $1.1 billion or $1.9 billion, 304 trades, no losses. Someone say, oh, well, that's a demo account. Okay, you're right, it's a demo account. So go ahead and do it. It's just a demo. Does that make sense? Like, if you can't recognize that a group of people have skill, or they have these skill building opportunities, well, then they failed themselves, right? So it doesn't matter whether you're on a demo or not. What matters is if you're over leveraging, right? And all of a sudden these new traders, they start into over leveraging, and they start putting $100,000 or $200,000 on a 5-pip move, and they go, oh, look what I made today. So my point is, take hundreds and thousands of trades, don't overtrade, meaning only trade objectively in the market, because if the market presents, we trade, right? So it's the volume of trades that you have. You may have 10 one day. You may have only 2. That's okay. It's not I need 10 trades a day to get my skill up. No, a skill is built each trade. So each trade, you need to keep pocketing it. Put that in your pocket. When you made enough that day, whatever enough is that the market gave you, put that trade in your pocket and quit. Jeff said today, he said to me, he says, hey, I'm done trading. I'm going to celebrate today, because he did get the whole bakery. And that's what I say, you get the whole pie. So if you have the direction right, and you're trading objectively, and you're following a plan, you see a trade prior to that trade, and a great job, Jeff. Great job.
Yeah, well done.
Great job, because all of a sudden he was not scared to get in the market once he figured out that, hey, I took a trade, it was wrong, it's not the system. He saw the system, he got in, and he got that whole bakery. So,
And powerful, because even though some people have this rule, oh, well, if I take 2 losses in a row, then that's it, I'm shutting my account down for the day.
there you go.
No. If you took a loss, there's a reason why you took a loss. It's not because it's not because the system that you teach is wrong, because it's not. It's that you were wrong as the trader, as the human. And for him to then recognise within 10, 20, 30 minutes after his loss, hang on a second, objectively, there's a reason for me to take this now, and he got in. I can't say I would have held. Yeah, I don't think I would have held it. He's a brave man. He's a brave man. I can't hold trades that long when I'm in profit. I'm like, even though I know objectively there's no reason to get out, I still, for whatever reason, think I've got to put this money in my pocket. It's mine, or it's mine. And I say to you all the time, I get out for no objective reason other than I've hit my dollar amount or my profit amount that I wanted, only for the market to just continue. And I just sit there and go, well, I'm not jumping back in because I don't have an objective reason to get in yet. I can't go into details, but it's not as powerful. It's not as pushing up as hard. I think, well, it's slow. And I said to you before, slow markets, they mess with my head so much because they're one candle up, one candle down, one candle up, 2 candles down. And I'm like, where are you going? Are you going up or are you going down? Just pick a direction. You zoom out after it's said and done, it just went up. But at the time when it's slow, it throws me off.
What happened yesterday when I said the market's getting ready to pump? What the hell happened?
Oh yeah, you sent me that screenshot, and then about a minute later you sent me the screenshot after it pumped. It's crazy that you've seen it.
Did you get it? Did you get it?
Yeah.
Like, man, I hope you didn't miss this. You know, did you get it? You're like, oh yeah, I'm done.
I need 2 screens. I need a chart screen and a Discord screen, because I can't. You know, when you're staring, waiting for the setup, I can't take my eyes off it. I can't speak to anyone. I can't focus on anything else. I'm just waiting for that particular move to start, and then I'm in. And then all the noise around me goes, and it's like I'm just watching, waiting. I don't even say hoping, because I shouldn't need to hope. I don't need to hope. But as I said to you yesterday, I know with a high probability, because it's a trade within the system, but then it's going from here to here. But somewhere in between that move, I will find a reason to get out, right? And sometimes I'm better than others. There's no reason. There's no objective reason. It's just, I don't know. Is it fear? Is it emotion?
It'll come.
And I'm thinking, and I get so pissed off at myself because I'll have an opposite candle against me, and for some reason I think that's the candle that's going to turn the entire market and it's going to go 500 ticks down. It's not. And then there's times where I will hold it. I have no objective reason to get out, and then the next candle pushes up and continues and breaks past. I'm like, I swear they've designed it to scare the living shit out of you when you're in a trade. But then when it's all said and done and it's closed and you zoom out and you look at it, it's just one tiny little red candle against you. It's nothing. But at the time, because I don't know if you do what I do, which I probably shouldn't do, when you're in a trade, I'm zoomed right fucking in. I want to see every bit of that candle. And I've lost all context of where we are in the market, because if I'm zoomed out, I can't see the candles, so I don't know what they're doing. But then when I zoom out, as I say, it's such a small, tiny little pullback against you, or something to... I want strong candles all the way to my TP.
Yeah,
and that's why I say to you,
what you're probably doing is on the green candles, you keep your chart real small, and all of a sudden the red candle comes up, you expand it and zoom that motherfucker like really tall. And it's like swallowing your ass.
Yeah, it looks so big. That's down. I've got to get out. But I think the nerves of it as well. As I said to you last night, I need really one trade to pass, and I have this ability sometimes to get that close. And I've put a lot of hard work in every day, waiting, and then it presents itself and I take it. And then I get right to the last hurdle.
It's the anxiety of not wanting to fail. And that's why I teach. It's anxiety. It's that anxiety that's building up on this last trade that you need. And having one trade for $200, I would get that kind of out of your head in the sense that just flow with the market. Don't worry about the money part of it, because you may get 350 out of that trade, only needing 200. Okay.
Yeah.
There's been numerous times where I'm like, shit. Now I made 2,500 and I can only make 1,500. How the hell am I going to lose 1,000? And for me to just reverse all of a sudden my trading mentality, reverse it to try to lose it, becomes even more difficult. If that makes sense. It's like, now I lose $1,000. So allow the market to breathe, allow the market to give you whatever it's going to, and get out, take your profits. Let me show you one more thing here. This is from actually Blaze. He showed this to me. He sent me a message this morning. Passed my Take Profit Trader account today.
Oh, good man. He's doing really well, isn't he?
Yeah. So you passed yesterday and he passed today. So
Yeah.
Look at just various people. We have various trades. I mean, I can go on and on and on. You see, every time somebody does a video, every time somebody shows something to me, or I show something to the community, because we don't post everything on YouTube, but every time gives traders that same thing that, I mean, they're seeing the trades. They're like, wow, same system. Different
Same thing.
Different pair. Gold, MES, NASDAQ, Dow, whatever, corn, cats, dogs, whatever it is. We're sharing the information, and I'm sharing it with you, and it's the same thing over and over again. I mean, that's where you want to be. That's where you want to be in your trading, because when various people are doing the same thing and getting the same results, positive results, that gives every trader the confidence that stay focused on doing the same thing, because everyone else is having positive results too.
Yeah.
Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed 110%. We know that. There could be a flashbang candle. There can be various reasons. There could be news that came out. All of this stuff.
But objectively, I am yet to find a trade that doesn't objectively work. So what I'm doing on my still charts now is, I can't go into detail on for respect for you, but I'm not going to say where I would enter and where I would get out, but where the most powerful objective reasonings are, and then I put a vertical line between them, and I go through the entire trading day. Some days there will be 7, some days there'll be 15, some days there'll be 3 or 4 that fit the system, and every single one of those is a winner. Now people say, well, yeah, it's obvious system, you're looking back at it afterwards. No, what I'm saying is that out of all of the tools in the toolbox, everything, if you could do this, Rich, so that when this aligns, you get, as I say, if you don't use human error, then it's never wrong. And that's why I like to do that on a still chart, to remind myself that regardless of whether it's up, down, or sideways for the time being, there will be a point in that day. I don't think I've found a single day where there hasn't been an objective trade. I don't think that exists, because the market has to move somewhere.
Yeah.
There are times when I trade only NASDAQ. NASDAQ will just range for the day. But even in those days, there's still an objective reason to get in. No, it's not going 100, 200 points in one direction, but it's still going 30, 40, 50 points. It's still more than enough for you to take.
Yeah, that's 200 ticks. 50 points, 200 ticks. I mean, how many ticks or points you need? So the skill is going to lead the way. The ticks, pips, and points are going to follow, and then the rewards are going to follow the ticks, pips, and points. So it's the skill first. And
what I love about it, just wanted to get this in there, is I see your trades and I see how much you put on a single trade, and that is pure and utter confidence that you will go in at whatever you're allowed to until the computer says you've run out of tokens, and you win every single time, right? That even at me trading 1 or 2 micros, that all I would have to do is trade bigger micros, and the same outcome is there. It's just more money. That's all it is. It's not anything else. Like the system is the same whether you trade 1 micro, 10 micros, 10 minis. It's all the same. Like, it's still the same. I think what changes it is the size of your account, your drawdown, the anxiety and nerves of being in heavy. So if you are in 10 micros and it pushes up 80 ticks, 100 ticks, that's a decent amount. That's a huge amount of money for me. That's $400 or $500 in one trade. And that's kind of like demo trading money. If you know what I mean, you say, I'll just throw 10 micros at it, whatever. But it's powerful because even at 1 micro, the same move happens. You go back and put 10 micros on it, the same move happens. You go back and put 10 minis on it, the same move happens. The market doesn't change. The objective system doesn't fail itself. It's the human input, the scaring, the fear, the anxiety of being in. You seem to have conquered that and have absolutely no fear of just going, fuck it, have 15 minis, the entire lot, have everything and the lunch. And you've conquered. When I say emotions, you don't seem to have any fear or anxiety of being in a trade with your whole account on the line. You're that confident in it, and that's because you believe in your system so much, which then tells us as the mentees, damn, if this guy is just taking accounts, like you're earning, and it's not a comparing thing, you're very advanced, but you're earning my week's entire trading. So I have to trade for 5 days to make 1,500 on a 25k account. And most people go, that's easy, you can do it in one day. You're not allowed. You've got to take 5 days and you've got to split it up. You're doing my entire week's worth of trading profit in one trade, comfortably, daily. And not just on one account, but on 5 accounts, over and over and over again on a weekly basis. And you don't lose, you don't miss. And if you do blow an account, I know exactly why you've blown an account. It's not gambling. It's never gambling. It's not that you're wrong. The market can and will just decide to fuck you over with one candle. Just one candle, which means nothing in the grand context of things. But when you've been heavy, that one candle will just take you out.
It doesn't mean anything unless you're gambling, right? Because I'm going to lose. I'm going to lose. And the reason I lose is because of the situation you just said, because I am trading, unless I pulled a Jeff, which I'm human, right? I'm human. We're not perfect. And I fail, I get knocked down, and I get back up. Just like today, I got something going on right now that I showed you guys all day long. And I think I'm still... this fucking thing. I think I'm still...
Is it still sideways?
Yeah. Pissing me off. Pissing me off. So I'm like, either get rid of it or do something. But if it goes in like $1 or minus $1 down, yeah, I'm not going to be happy. So this will be the longest dollar trade. But anyway.
I find it likes to. If you're waiting, there's been many times where it's.
This has been about 5 hours so far. So
on top step, just after.
No, this is an FTMO, and FTM what? Because it's been 5 hours. It's 5 hours, and yeah, it's full of shit. I can't even operate the charts. I have no idea what I'm doing on the chart, like how to get the charts, and I like to be able to visually see the chart. Like I show you in the mentees how we need to zoom in and hone in and zoom out, but we need the playing field. We need to see the playing field. On Meditator 5, I haven't figured out how I can't drag the chart. I can't put the chart where I want because I'm a center mass person. I'm a bullseye center mass, and my peripheral vision is like a tunnel vision in and a funnel out at the same time, and focusing. I'm like, okay, how do I do this or how do I do that? I can't even find an indicator if I wanted an indicator. If I wanted to add something, stop loss. You know me, I don't use stop losses. I don't have one now. I mean, I've been in communication with you guys. I'm like, so anyways, and I don't know if I make all of it today, they'll probably kick me out and say it was gambling. Well, how am I gambling? It's been 5 hours so far. No stop loss, right? If you know where you're at in the market, there's no stop loss. It's been 5 hours, no stop loss, right? It's like, oh, risk management. I'll break even. I've been break even for 5 hours, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, but anything else you'd like to say? I mean, you've been making this progress. It was supposed to be a short video, and I appreciate you taking the time to come and talk. It's not about how much money that you're putting in your pocket, because where have you seen yourself grow from day one to all of the excitement, like, yes, I finally got this stuff, yes, to now where you're growing and your skill is starting to pick up? If you had to look back 2 months ago?
When I started with you, you gave me the keys to success, right? You gave me the ability to trade perfectly. What the issue was my past of basically gambling. That and I'll be honest, if it didn't work out following the system, I would tell myself it doesn't work. But you see, it does work following the system, but I would ignore something major on the system and just take a trade because of an opinion or a hunch. Not because objectively I would lose. So then what would happen is I would do good for the first few trades and then I would lose. And then me as a person, my soul completely leaves me, and a 3-year-old child comes back in and is given the mouse, right? And this mouse is being controlled by a 3-year-old and everything goes out of the window. So what I've really had to do is focus on just what you teach me and keep pushing the 3-year-old child out, because that's the one that causes the problems. Every time I've done that, objectively I win. So I learned the system months ago. You taught it to me. You spent hours talking to me, hours and hours and hours explaining it. It's not hard to follow if you're not an idiot sometimes. So if you just use it objectively, you'll have no issue. So over the last few months, I've had to continuously wash that out and keep washing it out. And when I feel the little 3-year-old gremlin coming in, I take my hands away now. I walk off and I'll come back in a minute. And I've put systems in place to prevent myself from doing that. If the market is objectively not ready, then no problem. I'll go play a game on my phone. I'll go back to work. There's times at New York where it opens and it's sideways for 2 hours. There's nothing. And just when you think, oh, it's going to set up, it reverses and you think, oh. And I've just gone, okay, cool. There will be a point today where I can find a trade. I just have to wait. It's like being a sniper in the army. You're just waiting for the shot. You're not cannon fodder. You're not just a troop on the ground that goes in. You're a specialist who's sitting and waiting for that moment. And if you can do that, which I'm learning how to, then you can make ridiculous gains. And it's hard to explain. It's like a transition of removing my previous personality and replacing it with this objective robot. And as long as I continue with that, I don't see any issues. I'm not going to suddenly blow this account on Monday through gambling, because I won't let myself. If I lose now, That's one of the worst things for me, rather than say it was a 3-year-old, is revenge trading. That is was a big problem for me. If I take a loss, I'm like, right, okay, fuck you, I'm going to win it back. You've taken $100 off me. I'm now going to make $150 back, so I'll go in double the leverage. Now I'm down $400, and now I'm angry, and now I'm thinking, right, you got this fight or flight mentality. I won't flight. I won't run away. I'm like, okay, cool. Now we're going in 5 micros. I'm the boss of this market. Now I'm down 1,000, and I'm thinking, shit, what have I done? No, I've got no choice now. I'm going in 10 micros now. No, sorry, I'm going in 20. Bang, account gone. And I sit there 10 minutes after I'd lost $100 and go, what on earth have you just done? That is the idiot inside I'm talking about. That person is not allowed at our trading desk anymore. The consistency, the discipline, the objectiveness is only what is allowed at this computer. And as long as I continue to do that, just like you do and the other mentees, I have no other issues. So going forward, the next process for me is a payout. I need a payout. I don't care how much it is. It could be $5. It's not going to be, but I need something to settle the monster inside. I just need a payout, and I will get one, and then I will start.
Let's focus on not the payout. I understand, and I completely, I know where you're coming from, right? I know where you're coming from, right? So let's just focus on doing what is right, objectively right in the market, and you will be rewarded when you least expect it. Okay?
Yeah.
You will be rewarded when you least expect it. If you are to keep doing the same things and you keep getting knocked down in life and you keep doing the same things and all these other people are cheating and they're winning and they're getting the medals and they're doing all this, you're showing up, you're playing by the rules, you're not cheating, and you get knocked down and you're number 10, you're number 10, and you're going to keep going. That number 10, that 0 is going to drop off, and now they were the heroes, now they're zeros. Your 0 dropped off, and now you're number 1. You're going to be your number 1. So allow the market to reward you for what? For good behavior. Right?
Yeah.
Good behavior, objective trading. The market will, listen traders, the market will reward you. I am proven fact of that. The market will reward you for good behavior, and good behavior is trading objectively in the market. There is no other way. The market cannot deny you those rewards if you trade objectively in the market. Right?
Yeah.
Oversizing and leveraging, that's a different issue. But the market has no choice but to reward you if it's an objective trading style. And when I mean objective, it's not like, oh, well, I went back and I back tested and this high and low and all this stuff. No, I'm talking about objective gems in the market. I'm talking about what price does. I'm talking about, you can basically call out candles. I'm talking about all of these things that I teach you and what price does horizontally in all of these different directions, okay? And why horizontal lines are the weakest thing in the chart. All of these things, if you just trade objectively, you will be rewarded, and the market will understand the pain that you went through, and it's going to reward you something that you never thought you had. Seriously. So focus on the objectivity, and
I can see it, Rich. It's not an if, it's a when. And as I say, it means more to me being on a live account or a funded account rather than a test. You know, it's nice to get the certificate. It's nice to have it say that you've beaten what most can't, I suppose.
99% of traders are going to pass those. I'm not talking about gambling the right way. 99.9% of the traders will not pass. And it's funny that they say, oh, we don't want gambling. Well, 99.9% of the traders are gambling because they're not trading objectively in the market. Because they were all told it's intuition, you're just going to get it, it's a hunch and all this stuff. 99% of traders do not trade objectively in the market. I mean, you can look at them on TV. You can see the followers. You can listen to what they say. Yes, I think price is going to turn here. All over YouTube, you can see all of this mentality of opinions. And then when it happens, they go, see, I told you. And they go, well, tell me, how does that work? How did you do that? Well, I knew. I mean, price was coming up here. And I looked left to the past and you see all these rejections. Now you know they're full of shit. Because you can't prove that. It's just not points. So with that, I know you're busy today, Martin, and I really appreciate it. You're taking the time away from your family and work and whatever.
No worries. Good to see you. Good to speak. Just gotta continue and keep crushing it and focus. Like I say, focus, discipline, and objective trading only is what gets me through each day with combines. It takes me longer than it should, or did take me longer than it should, when I deter away from what you teach. And if that is under wraps, then I have no reason to lose, Rich. I don't lose if I follow it. So just need to focus on that, as I have been. And good things are coming. I can see it, visually see it every day.
What about the traders that are 5 years from now still not profitable, still trying to figure it out themselves, still trying to, I mean, could you imagine 5 years from now for you sticking on this?
I don't think, if I had not found you and I had not done a mentorship with you, I think there's that statistic, it's 90% of traders lose 90% of their money within 90 days of starting. I've been at this, properly now 7-8 months when I started with you, a couple of years, maybe 2.5, I don't know, maybe even 3, I'm not sure. I don't know how much more I've got in me before I met you, because it's a dark place trading, especially when you lose your own personal funds. There's a guy at my father's work that I spoke to. He, I mean, he's never going to watch this, but he had $200,000 or sorry, £200,000 in his own capital. Something to do with his work that he got paid. I think it was shares or equity of shares. He lost that in 6 months trading EU, and all through Trump, he was just blowing 10, 15, 20k a week constantly. And he was telling my dad, would say to him, "Oh no, my son's doing a mentorship," blah, blah, blah. And he'd say, "How are you getting on?" "Oh, market shit, Trump's ruined it, I'm down 10k. I've lost 10k today." And my dad would tell me, and I'm like, Rich hasn't lost any money. Rich has made 10k today or 10k this week. Nothing to do with Trump. That was great when it was Trump, because it just went hundreds and hundreds of. Wow! I remember having a TP set, and it was just I was pressing buy, and it was like TP hit. I was like, buy again, TP hit, buy again, TP hit. I was like, what the hell is going on? You know, and I feel sorry for people that don't understand it and think that they will get it with intuition and it's just time. You're not going to get it because it doesn't exist, because the teaching's not out there. And that's as simple as that. If you want to learn to trade, you have to find you or someone like you. But I in my 2.5 years of looking, it's all just signal groups and pay me $3,000 and I'll teach you how to trade. And then you get sent an ebook and PDF files of this is a doji, this is a morning star. Great. It means absolutely nothing because it doesn't. Great. That's. But it doesn't. Okay, great. You've taught me what a morning star is. Okay, so there's a morning star, so I'll take a trade off that, and it doesn't work. So what happens the next time there's a morning star? Do I then hesitate and go, well, the last one didn't work. Maybe I'll win 50% of them. Yeah, I'll just do that. It's just no wonder people lose. It's unfair. It shouldn't really. I'll tell you what. It shouldn't really be allowed access to trading for the public unless you've undergone some sort of education and some sort of program where you have proved that you know how to trade. Only then should you be allowed access to the markets, because it's unfair for a retail trader to download TradingView, get a broker, stick $1,000 in it and go, right, I'm going to double it today. You're going to lose it. I've done it. I'm sure at some point in your life when you started, you may have done it. Everyone loses money. But that's how the market works. And that's why there's so much interest in it, because
I'll continue to lose.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's part of the game. I mean, that's part of the game. So it's an evil game. And when I lose, it's a dark reminder of what the hell you doing, what the hell you thinking. And looks like I might be above break even now. So we're looking forward to continue northbound today. It's stuck, but we're looking for some pump in the afternoon. But anyways, thank you, Martin. I really appreciate it, brother. And I'm here for you as always. We're in all of the mentees, whether they have questions or not. I'm always here 24/7.
No worries. Well, good to see you. Good to hear from you. And I'll be in touch next week.
All right, Martin.
Screenshots as usual.
Take care. Peace.
Good to. Bye, mate. Bye.